Hello, this is Monday Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. Well, last week's video was on the excitement of the opening of the ninth wave, and wow, what a whammo on our planet we opened to on that ninth wave. So I imagine you're all feeling a little shook up right now. This earthquake and tsunami in Japan. Is huge, way more than I'm sure what we're seeing on the surface in the past 48 hours. So where I want to go with this is I had a dream. Monday night, and it took me to back to my old neighborhood. I was standing in a circle with a very few number of friends. It was one of my very first circle ceremony kind of things. It was August 17th, 1987, Harmonic Convergence. And I was shown these orbs, very brilliant, bright light orbs with rainbow color inside of them, maybe 3 inches in diameter, very slowly falling, and not a lot of them, here and there over our circle. And then in quick succession, I was shown a series of other events, significant events for me, at any rate, spiritually speaking. And in each one, more and more density of these orbs occurred. And then all the time shifting stopped, and I was standing here in on my land, in my front, here at El Shaddai, and there was a very loud vibration, like a loud tone, and I felt it as well as heard it, and at one point, because of the very oddness of it, it was terrifying, but in another way, very exciting. I was just filled with energy, and I turned and faced east, which was where I heard the sound coming from. And there was a gigantic wave of, it wasn't water, light energy, huge, 30, 40 feet high. And it was coming in slow motion. And everything that it rolled over, maybe like a fog, but it wasn't like a fog, everything it rolled over, it disappeared, like in Star Trek, like in the Beam Me Up kind of thing, just disappeared. And as it rolled over me, I too disappeared. And from that point on, I was looking down on this happening on Earth, and it wasn't just here at El Shaddai in Iowa. The wave was coming galactically, and it was just rolling over the entire Earth. And everything in its path was changing. And then I woke up that morning, and because it was Tuesday, which the 8th and 9th was really depending on where you were on the planet, is the opening of the ninth wave, I was pretty excited. I thought, wow, that was this tremendous dream about the ninth wave, and it had started coming we'd started experiencing as far back as 1987. However, within 24 hours of that recognition, I woke up on Friday morning to find the earthquake and tsunami had struck Japan. And, as when it happened in Indonesia, and I believe this one will prove to be far more devastating even than the Indonesian earthquake, it was so monumentally metaphorical, I'd say. When you think of something shaking up, getting shook up, and then a huge wave of change comes. It's emotional too. As I really thought about it, that's how emotions. When you have an emotional breakdown, an emotional meltdown, some thing shakes you up, and this huge wave of emotions just takes you away. And after that, you have a journey. You have to put yourself back together. You have to discover what that was about. You have to discover what you're going to change, what you're going to make new. And I felt that we experienced the 3D tsunami as a metaphor for what's happening on our planet. And that, of course, did tag directly into my dream. And so I guess this Monday morning, this Monday, where I want to go with that is, it's time to take that inside personally. It's time to maybe review the tsunamis in your life and how they entirely changed everything about you. And that really, as difficult as some of these changes were, I know, here's this personal cliff notes for me. My first son was born 12 weeks premature. It was a very difficult time for me. For at least 3 weeks there, it was, he's going to die, then he didn't, yes he is, no he isn't. Changed. I had never experienced emotions to that extent as I did at that time. Roll ahead of my life, of course, many things happened, but the end of my 24-year marriage was tremendously, as you might imagine, traumatic for me. The waves of emotion, the depths to which I had to travel, and then I was conscious enough to know I had to. Back when my son was born, I tried to make it go away. I didn't know what to do with those feelings. And, you know, I could go on, but you get the gist. So let's use this time right now constructively for us on a personal level and go back over some of those waves and feel them now with the consciousness and expansion that you have in your heart, and understand how they provided you the opportunity to create a new reality. The one more thing I wanted to add, I was given this vision when the tsunami happened in Indonesia, and it's still present because it came back to me. All the loss of life, and there's going to be tremendous, many thousands more than what they're saying. Those souls had a soul agreement as a group to go in mass at exactly the same time. And when they left altogether, those who died actually left their bodies before there was a tremendous amount of trauma. Now their cells will remember the trauma, but their consciousness was not present. And they spiraled out, all these souls leaving in mass, and they were greeted, they were opened to by beautiful, however your beliefs, the angels, the Lord, whoever your belief system is. And all these souls spinning like this as they left created a tremendous vortex of compassion coming down onto the planet. Just like in Haiti, same thing, all those souls leaving at once. Well, it could be we're going to see more and more of this. So keep that image in your mind. Yes, those that are left to rebuild, they have the tough job. Those that left agreed, and they opened a huge well of compassion on the planet. And this is going to grow. Compassion is going to become who we are. So no one can tell you, as I've said a million times, what this period of time is going to look like, when it's going to end, how it's going to come down. But what we do know is we have the power inside of us to get in touch with our hearts, to bring compassion on the planet, and to understand we are creating the new reality. And the ninth wave gave us that message in no uncertain term. So ponder on these thoughts. Have a good week. I know it's going to be an emotional week, and we'll see you again next Monday. Bye now.